So good morning, everybody. This is our What Does Dr. Joe Mean study group session. And in this study group, we watch some of the videos that Dr. Joe has so generously put out there on the Encephalon website or on YouTube. And then we deepen our understanding by breaking into small groups so we can discuss what does Dr. Joe mean with other people that are planning to be at an advanced 7-day retreat. And most of the folks in this group are studying for the Cancun retreat in just 2 weeks. So super excited to be doing this. Our topic for today, and I apologize if I look sleepy as can be. I've just returned from almost 12 nights at sea with one of my travel groups. I had 700 guests on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship, and it was popular, to say the least. But I'm going a little bit blurry. So in researching this, I thought that how to quiet the monkey mind. Now that was a topic we talked about last week, but we're going to do it a little different this week. So for quieting the monkey mind, you know, you never really hear Dr. Joe use that particular phrases. So what I have heard him say, however, is what can I do about intrusive thoughts? So in reviewing Dr. Joe videos, I found 2 things that looked to be right on track for this. So I thought that we would study these and, you know, have our small group discussions, get to know other people coming to the event, and just kind of take it from there. So without further ado, this first video I have for us this morning is short. It's about social media, multitasking, and the monkey mind. So I can figure out how to work my controls. And it's so funny, if anybody has ever been on a cruise, you know, sometimes when you get off a ship that's had a lot of motion, you still feel the room moving. So if I'm doing this, it's because I still feel my room moving in time with the ship. I'm entrained to that, so here we go. This little video starts here, and I'm gonna hit play and then I'll share it.
Is the fact that we're on social media all the time and we're reading a sentence here and looking at a picture there and then having a quick conversation and then, you know...
Multitasking,
which women are fabulous at apparently. And
the female brain's wired for that.
Yeah. So, but is that actually making us stupid?
Well, anything you do over and over again creates a habit, right? So if your attention span is only for 15 seconds or 10 seconds before you change to the next thing, if you practice that every day, you will hardwire that skill or habit into your brain. And so now you have to pay attention and you really have to learn something. And the thought will come up, I just don't have enough time for this. And you'll go keep doing the things that you think are so important. And that's the moment where you stop learning. And you start feeling, and now you're living in the past.
And that was a super short video. Exit the screen. That was a super short video, but you know, I think it's right on time. And so I'm going to put us into breakout rooms. Let's have a really short discussion about what we thought about that particular clip, because mostly we love talking to each other. So I'm going to create 4 breakout rooms. We'll have just a short 4-minute discussion, and we'll come back and watch another piece about managing our monkey minds and so forth. So here we go. Enjoy the conversation. We're going to do about 4 minutes. Sean, your mute's on. And everyone will be back in 20 seconds, like magic.
Hi, Sean. Are you off mute yet?
Yep. Hi, Lee. Good to see you here.
Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
In person, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
It feels good to be getting to know some people before we go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sean and I live in the same city.
Oh,
We're
cool.
going to try to meet up still. 2 more weeks. Let's see whether we have ability to do that.
Hi, Sean.
Hi.
Who is that, sorry?
Hallie Do. Nice to meet you, Sean. Hallie
Hallie
Do
do.
here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be chatting tomorrow. Looking forward to that.
Yes, looking forward to it.
All right, cool. So yeah, I thought that little social media, I don't know, message was kind of fun because, you know, a week at sea, I didn't have very good connectivity, and good golly, I don't think I missed it.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to the advanced retreat in June, I made an agreement with my husband that I was not going to call him during the week, which was really hard. I said, you know, look, I'm not going to call you, but I want you to be able to communicate with me. So what I did is I set up a Google Doc that I was journaling on. And I'm like, so here you can just read about what I'm journaling if you're curious how I am. For me, it was really important to disengage as much as possible.
Yeah. Wow.
From, you know, the constantly, you know, I'm bombarded by social all the time. So, you know, that was just something I did. I don't know if that would be helpful to you or not, but that was how I managed my home communications. And also if there was something urgent that they needed me to call the office for or call home for, they would just write it on the, it didn't happen, but they could have written it on the Google Doc. Instead, I just got little messages like, we're thinking of you and we love you.
No.
As much as I'd love all the communication with what's up before the event, because we all have this in common, it's been very distractive for me because I'm not a Facebooker and I really moved to Springfield to disengage everything. And all of a sudden I'm like trying to engage and see, you know, make sure I'm keeping up in preparation. So that's been a little bit distractive again, but I'm loving it, but trying to figure out how to put that in the middle, I guess.
Do you know that WhatsApp has a mute button?
Oh.
And what does that mean?
Yeah. I might need to do that too.
If you mute the conversation, it doesn't send you notifications.
Well, I don't get I don't get notifications, but just I want to make sure that I haven't missed something. And then when I look and there's like 100 posts, I'm like, what did I miss?
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. So yeah, I turned it on mute just so it wasn't constantly all day going, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
So,
cool.
So our next video is a Q&A from the Sardinia week-long advanced retreat, perfectly addressing the same question that we're at today, which is intrusive thoughts and monkey mind.
Today, where, you know, you're right there, and then the mind starts going, and then now I'm back in my chair, and I'm thinking about my taxes, and so how do you get back? How do you get back into it? Because then it feels like, okay, we're in the middle of the meditation, and we've got another, you know, 45 minutes or an hour to go, and I don't know how to. I'm like, I was so close, and now I don't know how to start again. So that's.
You want me to throw you a lifesaver, huh? So how many people has that happened to? How many people have been just cruising along and all of a sudden things kind of go the wrong way, and the next thing you know, you're hating the person sitting next to you and you don't even know them. You're hating life, you want to quit, you hate me, you know, all of that stuff. And look, how many times will you have to do that before you realize that you don't want to do it any longer? If you truly are astute and sincere as a student, the moment you start going there, the moment you start coming back and you fatigue or you can't reconnect again, I want you to know that you've come to the end of your emotional belief. You've come to the very end of your neurological network. And there's only one of two things to do. One is to return back and pick something mundane that's going to preoccupy your mind so you don't have to go any further into the unknown. Or the other is to just trust that you can go a little further. Now, if you trust that you can go a little further, then all of those thoughts are just thoughts in your head that you have to create coherence around. So if you stopped and you said, I am going to master this moment. Forget about going anywhere, doing anything, following the instructions. I'm just going to work with my body to get it back into the present moment and continue to unfold back into possibility. Here's my question. If you turned that battleship around even slightly by executing a will that's greater than that program, and you are in hot pursuit of your own freedom, and your brain and your personality is beating you up. I've had those moments. And you know what? It's David and Goliath. It has always seemed bigger than me because I've given it so much of my attention and so much of my energy. It is bigger than me. But when I no longer pay attention to it, just like not giving my power to it, now I can settle myself back into the present moment, and it's just a thought. And I examine that thought, I look at it, and I become very familiar and conscious of it. And then my brain will say, well, what about this? You did this wrong, it's too late, give up. And then I address that thought. Now here's my question. 45 minutes of doing battle with your personality and continuously choosing love and unfolding deeper into it. If you make the effort to disinvest your attention and energy out of Goliath and pull energy back to you, is it possible that the next meditation that you have could be the easiest meditation for you to connect? Is it possible? So then that had to come up for you in order for you to evolve through it. Yes or no? And your body's just saying, look, I'd rather be worrying about my taxes than connect to the divine. Yes or no? There's a book that was one of my favorite books I ever read. It's called The Red Lion. And The Red Lion is a great story of an initiate that murders a alchemist and drinks the Philosopher's Stone, drinks the Red Lion, the elixir of life that causes immortality. And he wasn't ready to drink this Philosopher's Stone. He wasn't of the right consciousness. And when he drank it, he never forgot any of his lifetimes. And he saw all his demons. And this book is this journey of this soul through different levels of every single lifetime you can imagine that you and I can relate to. And he runs into secret society, and he becomes initiated. And there's a chapter in The Red Lion called The Kilkyar. And I ask my children to read that chapter every year. Every year they have to read that chapter because the initiate sits down in front of a statue, an inanimate statue, and his job is to animate that statue and bring it to life. Are you with me? And for years, he wakes up in the morning, makes his tea, has his breakfast, and then all day, he's putting his life force and his energy into animating this particular statue. And after years, he notices it swallows. And he notices it moving its finger. And the moment he starts to realize that he could take something inanimate and bring it to life, he gives it more of his attention and energy. Are you with me still? Until it is a walking, talking being. Now here's the problem. This walking, talking being is his altered ego. And he doesn't know it. And it is abusive, it is disrespectful, it is controlling, it is arrogant, it is mean-spirited. And every time he reacts to it, it takes a little bit of his energy. And over time, he loses all of his life force because he's got so much attention on this thing. And this creature is saying, come on, hate me. And he's provoking him because he knows that the more he reacts, the more he's giving his energy to him. And now he's on his last breath. And he has the realization at the very last minute that it was him that brought it to life, and it was the extension of his altered ego. And he makes the decision from that moment on to no longer pay attention to it. And it now is trying everything to get a rise out of him. And he is aware of the initiation. And over time, he keeps his attention off it, and the thing starts to wither. And he takes all of his power back, and he uncreated the very thing that he created, and he no longer had an altered ego afterwards. You understand, yes? You give it power, you give it attention, it gets bigger. If you just know that you got to move through those layers, and it is a journey, and you're doing it right now, and you get on the horse because you make the decision that this is the moment. And when your body gets frustrated and it gets emotional and you go in the high beta, that is the defining moment for you to settle your brain and body back down into the present moment and unfold back into possibility. And I have done it tediously for hours. And just when I thought I couldn't go any further and I said, I'm done, you go a little further. And that's when you step into the unknown, and it just falls away. And you will say exactly what I say every time it happens. That was so worth it. And now, you don't see it as Goliath anymore. You just see it as a part of you that you used to be that now you have dominion over. You with me? You ready to do it again? All right.
Oh, that is such a good video. Okay, let me see. Pause the share. Stop the share. I am unmuted, and wow. So how about that? There were two really powerful things that jumped out at me in that particular segment of video. The first one was on intrusive thoughts, and how when you get to the end, like how when you're in a meditation and you're thinking about something else and thinking about something else, and you can keep coming back to the fact that you're mastering the meditation, that you are going to be greater than the thought. And like to know that when you're at that point, sticking with it means you're really close to conquering that belief. That, you know, that gives me immense hope to stick with the process. And then the other thing I heard so powerfully in that particular piece was that whatever you pay attention to is you're giving your life force energy to, in the story of From a Red Lion. So yeah, let's go into our discussion groups. We'll have an 8-minute discussion on this one, talking about quieting our mind, but really what it means when you stick with it. And then what you put your energy on also is what you're giving your life force energy to. So here come the breakout rooms. Let me recreate them. Recreate all of them. So we talk to some different people perhaps. And I've got about 3 people per room, so I'm gonna open them up. We're gonna do 8 minutes and enjoy this conversation.
May I say something?
Sure.
How if you change this thought? Because you say, I'm getting power over doing this. How about God, this God, whatever God is, this universe is giving you something, part of your purpose in life, to guide and to bless those people with your knowledge and share with your wisdom. Yeah. They were all given to you for a reason. Yes, that maybe you're getting something, but that's the ego talking.
Yeah, it is.
But you're given a lot. You're given way more than what you're getting. You feel that your ego is like, he wants he wants you. He wants to put you down because you're doing such a good job. He wants to crash you. But it was given it to you. You didn't look for it. It came in a way that you didn't expect it. It happens. Here I am with you. I've been in this chat group forever. I never paid attention. Today, I'm like, okay, let's try this thing. First of all, I'm in Houston, so the time difference, it just jet lagged me, even though I travel all over the world. But somehow I cannot figure that hour thing. Sometimes I add and I subtract, but that shows the level of my mind and thought. What are you doing right now? You've been in a cruise for 12 days, right? Mm-hmm. You choose to spend your Saturday morning with a bunch of people that you don't even know. You don't, I mean, you don't have to do that, but you choose to do it. No, you're not doing it because it's giving you power, but you're doing it, you're helping me. You're helping so many other people just to connect and share your energy. You're giving a lot of energy. And if you take some, you're balancing it.
It's beautiful.
Your environment, and it can be so just.
Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
It's from the bottom of my heart.
And that's why we're here. There's no accidents. So thank you so much. And how do you say your first name?
Fadila. Fadila. It means virtue.
Wow.
Nice. Sorry we couldn't hear you, Fadila. We tried.
No, you're here. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think it happens so I can speak to Lynn directly. I don't know. There is nothing left like that. Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
I feel God is so good to me. I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful, and I want to tell every one of you, thank you for spending this hour here. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here with us.
Oh, that's beautiful. That was super profound for me, Fadila. So thank you for that. And I'm glad I'm recording so I can go back and listen to it again. All right. So, usually at the, I hope you've all had a fabulous conversation with the people that you were put into breakout rooms with. I need to do a little bit of adjusting on my screen, and we'll exit this one. And we do like to end with a meditation. So this is a short meditation. It's from, you know what? Another thing I want to share. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. Is that my team leader sent a little video of Dr. Joe talking about doing the work to prepare. And we've got 14 days roughly to get ready for the event. So if you haven't finished the progressive and the intensive workshops, really make sure you spend some time with them, because every time I listen, I gain new things. And this particular meditation we're going to do is something that you all have. It's part of week 6 in the intensive progressive. It's a meditation that's included in week 6. And yeah, without any further ado, if you've got a blindfold, if you've got a headset, it's only 10 minutes long. So that'll take us right up to the top of the hour. We'll go into a breakout group one more time at the end, just to, have one final share with everybody in the group. So if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and cue this up, and then let's enjoy sharing our energy together in this way. Let me just double check my muteness and make sure I got everything muted. Continue. Okay, perfect. I'm going to mute me.
Relax. And become aware of the infinite black space.
and become aware. The space in the center of your chest. In this eternal void, and allow your breath to flow in and flow out through this sacred center.
legacy. Carry the thought, the intent of a future. Your symbol. And become aware of the energy of space around your body, and this eternal vast space. And tune in to your future. And the longer your consciousness lingers in this energy, the more you draw your future to you. For whatever you broadcast into the field, is your experiment with destiny.
And then we just take a moment to return to our bodies, returning to the here and now, returning to the space and time where we can have these wonderful conversations with each other. And really rejoice that we are all going to be sharing in this energy in a massive way together soon. I'm going to put us in one more breakout room just so we can answer any questions that we have about what we've just done. And, you know, much like Dr. Joe would have us do, take a moment to what, what did you do well during that meditation? And if you had the opportunity to do it again, what would you do differently next time? Would be the topic for this breakout room, and we'll recreate them. So what did you do well, and what would you do differently should you have the chance to do this wonderful meditation again and have a lively conversation with your future teammates for Cancun? Here we go. I'm so very grateful that we had a chance to do this morning.
I want to tell you so many things. I don't even know you, but like I feel like in the beginning, it was you and Caitlin something. I don't know. I think I know you. somewhere else. I think I do.
Could be. I've been moving in the travel sphere of things, and I have, you know, thousands of people I've come through, and I'm also a, you know, hypnotist, so I sometimes don't know who I know. So.
Wait, what did you just say?
Hypnotist, like my eyes goes like the hypnotist. What is that?
Yeah. No, I said that Fadila said she thinks she knows me from somewhere, and I said, well, it's very possible because I've been doing large group travel for 23 years. So there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people who know me that, you know, we've met, but I may not, you know, can't put a finger on it. And then I'm also a hypnotist, and I have a lot of exposure on the internet. So
gotcha.
You may know me from somewhere.
Actually, Lynn.
Yeah.
I know you from different 1,000 years or something like that. I don't know if you guys are there, but yeah, I don't know how to say it, but no, not this life.
Well, I've looked into a lot of things for myself like that, and I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, because I think that's, you know, you get that feeling of knowing. Yeah. So.
And you know when you know.
That's true. And I want to thank everyone and just tell you how grateful I am that you've chosen to join this morning on this call. You know, to share what we're, you know, really the adventure and the life journey that we're on together. So if you'd like to say anything about how this is going or a message for the group, you know, let's take a time and we'll do some shares here at the end. And thank you very much for doing this with me. So
I would just say thanks to everybody who's shown up. You've all been such an amazing, beautiful contribution to my life. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.
Me too. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn.
Thank you, Lynn.
Lynn, it's amazing. You know, the work that you just came back from, you know, this cruise and all the work that you're doing. So thank you for the time here, because for us, it's like going to transform our event. You know, just connecting with these people and having this this time to get together. Thank you. It's such a blessing to us. So I appreciate you so much, and all of you.
Thank you, Deborah.
Agreed. Yeah, giving me goosebumps, everybody. Just giving me goosebumps from all the connection this morning. It's been beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for doing this, Lynn. You are a epitome of presence, because you can go and be with 700 people or 900 people last week or the week, 2 weeks, and
yesterday,
and then all of a sudden you're running a discussion group. Oh my gosh. You are present. You are present, woman. Thank you.
Yeah, I find this is really important to be able to link in with others that are on a similar journey. It really, really helps me feel connected. So thank you, Lynn.
Oh, it's my pleasure. We are all in this, you know, it is about us. You know, it's the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, thank you again so much. Have a beautiful Saturday. In the WhatsApp group, we've got one more week before we fly. So if you have ideas for next week's topic, I know, right? I just said it. We got one more before we fly. So
yikes.
You know, suggest a way. And yeah, it's beautiful.
Is anyone who's showing up early for the event, if I might ask?
I'm not.
Okay. I'm showing up. I'm manifesting that I'll be there on the 27th.
Good.
So after anybody else that's coming in, I'll be there after the 27th, I hope.
All right. Yeah. You know, we've got that little grid. I got to look at it on the WhatsApp group if people want to add like their team colors and their mascots, so we know who's grouping up with that. You know, it's part of how I keep my brain straight is by on the spreadsheets. So if you like it, do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. And I will see you guys
next Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks, Lynn.
everyone.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.